RHOBH Kyle Richards reacts to being replaced. RHOBH star Kyle Richards reacts to being replaced. She has been through a lot in the last year and a half, which has played out in the tabloids and on the hit Bravo reality show. Yet, one very hard element was having someone come in and take her place. So how is the mother of four handling it? Keep reading for further details. Kyle Richards reacts to being replaced. It has been a rough road for Kyle Richards on RHOBH. She has had to deal with a lot of ups and downs with her sisters, Kim Richards and Kathy Hilton. For many years, she and Kathy were estranged after Kyle's husband, Mauricio Umansky, left the family real estate firm and branched out on his own. They knew that this was a risk, yet they took it anyway. As for Kim, her addiction caused an immense amount of tension as Kyle was always worried about her sister and whether she would relapse or even die. Luckily, it appeared Kyle had a very happy home life with a loving husband and four daughters. Though infidelity rumors swirled, Kyle and Mauricio debunked them, and everything was fine. That is until July 2023, when a separation rumor came out and the couple had to address it. They claimed they had a very tough year, but they were getting through it. Not long after, they confirmed they had split, which played out in season 13 of RHOBH. It is now season 14 and the split has intensified. Mauricio has moved out, and in the latest episode of RHOBH, he did something very hard for Kyle Richards to handle. He was cast in season 32 of DDTS alongside pro Emma Slater. They were seen getting cozy, and according to Us Weekly, he replaced a photo of him and Kyle with one of him and Emma. Kyle discussed this on the after show. Long gone. Kyle Richards never addressed the photo situation with Mauricio Umansky, but after seeing this, he will clearly know where she stands. Furthermore, she noted the photo has since been removed. Though he and Emma Slater were spotted out on several occasions, they denied anything was going on. He is now dating Nikita Khan, and they have been having a lovely time traveling. They were first spotted when she picked him up at an airport in Greece. Immediately, she embraced him, and they proceeded to lock lips, so that is likely why the photo is no longer. The news hit the airwaves like a bombshell, the kind that left the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fanbase reeling. Kyle Richards, the longtime staple of the show, the woman whose name had practically become synonymous with the franchise itself, was no longer the center of attention. She had been replaced. The once proud queen of RHOBH had to confront the unthinkable. Someone else was taking her spot, and in the world of reality television, that was the ultimate betrayal. Kyle sat in her Beverly Hills mansion, staring at the press release on her phone. The headline screamed, RHOBH cast shakeup. Kyle Richards replaced, new star to take the lead. Her heart raced as she read further. The network had decided it was time for a change. A new face was to be the focal point of the upcoming season. While Kyle's legacy was undeniable, the executives believed the show needed fresh blood, someone who could bring a new energy to the group. The news didn't come as a total surprise. She had been through ups and downs with the network, facing numerous contract negotiations over the years. But this felt different. This wasn't just a storyline or a brief hiatus. This was her being replaced in the very show she had helped build. There was a sting, a deep sense of betrayal that she hadn't expected. The years of laughter, drama, and unforgettable moments seemed to be evaporating in front of her eyes. But Kyle wasn't one to crumble. She had seen it all before. Rivals, rumors, and controversies that threatened her place in the spotlight. With a sigh, she closed her phone and walked over to her closet, pulling out her favorite pair of heels. She wasn't going down without a fight. In the world of Beverly Hills, you either thrive or you fade into the background. And Kyle Richards was not about to fade away. The next day, the paparazzi were camped outside her house, hoping for a glimpse of Kyle's first public reaction. The media frenzy surrounding the announcement was only escalating, and Kyle knew she needed to regain control of the narrative. Stepping out of her front door, she plastered on a smile, refusing to let the cameras catch even a hint of vulnerability. Well, she said, adjusting her sunglasses as she walked toward her car. I guess everyone's making a big deal out of nothing, huh? Let's be real. RAOB8 will go on, with or without me, but anyone who thinks I'm just going to disappear is sorely mistaken. The cameras clicked relentlessly as she slid into her vehicle, the tinted windows rolling up with an air of finality. Inside, she exhaled deeply, allowing herself a moment of reflection. Kyle had made a name for herself as the resilient star who always came back stronger. She had faced every setback with determination and grace, and this was no different. That night, Kyle called her sister Kim. They had been through thick and thin together, and Kim had always been her confidant during the darkest moments. "I don't know, Kim. I just feel, I don't know, betrayed," Kyle admitted, her voice strained. "It's not like they told me either. The first I heard was through a publicist. I mean, I know the business, but it still hurts." Kim's voice came through the line, warm and reassuring. "Kyle, don't let them get to you. You've been the queen of RAOBH for so long. If they want to push you out, let them. You've done everything and more. You don't owe anyone a damn thing." Kyle nodded, grateful for her sister's wisdom. But deep down, the words cut. It wasn't just about what she owed. It was about her identity, her place in the world. Being part of RAOBH had been more than a job. It had been her life, and now that life was being ripped from her. "Maybe I'll take a break from the show," Kyle mused aloud. "Do something different. It's been a hell of a ride, but maybe it's time for me to focus on something else. I've been so tied to this one thing for so long. Maybe it's time to reinvent myself." "Exactly," Kim encouraged. "Do it for you. Take back control of your narrative." In the days that followed, Kyle stayed out of the spotlight as much as possible, letting the media frenzy die down. But behind closed doors, she was plotting her next move. There was no way she was going to allow herself to be erased from the show or from the public's mind. She began making appearances at charity events, focusing on her passion for philanthropy, and aligning herself with causes that were close to her heart. Kyle knew that if she wanted to stay relevant, she had to give people a reason to pay attention to her beyond the drama of RAOBH. A few weeks later, she took to social media, posting a powerful message that immediately went viral. Sometimes life throws you a curveball, and you have two choices: to let it defeat you or to rise to the occasion. I've built a legacy, and no one can take that away from me. RAOBH was an incredible chapter in my life, but the story isn't over. I'm just getting started. The post was met with an overwhelming outpouring of support from fans, fellow celebrities, and even some of her RAOBH co-stars, who took to social media to express their admiration for Kyle's strength. The message was clear. Kyle Richards was not someone who could be easily replaced. She was a force to be reckoned with. As the days passed, it became clear that Kyle's absence from RAOBH wasn't permanent. Her fans weren't just supporting her out of loyalty. They were demanding her return. And as the season unfolded with the new star trying to fill her shoes, it became evident that the audience wasn't buying into the change. The spark that Kyle brought to the show couldn't be replicated. The drama, the passion, and the raw emotion were all missing. It wasn't long before the network realized their mistake. They approached Kyle with a new deal, one that would ensure she remained a central figure in the show's narrative, but with the freedom to explore new opportunities. It wasn't just about being a part of the RAOBH family. It was about shaping her own future on her own terms. Kyle's return to the show was nothing short of triumphant. As she re-entered the world of RAOBH, the familiar faces of her co-stars were there to welcome her back, each one knowing that they couldn't replace her. Kyle Richards had not only been the heart of RAOBH for all those years, but she was also the heartbeat of Beverly Hills. And no one, not even the network, could take that away from her.